Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim. This is Tyler, and it is Magical Monday. Ooh, ah. Hope everyone's had a fantastic weekend.
Gay fun day.
What? Are you making fun of my Magical Monday?
Gay fun day.
Gay fun day. I thought that it's gay Thursdays. God, not every day can be gay.
Why does it only have to be a why not?
I,
Why not?
I don't know. All right, so just to let everybody know that is watching us live right now, both of us seem to have a little bit of internet issues. I got a big ass storm going on out here. I don't know what his issue is, but so in the event,
California. It's California. California. That's the problem. It's California. Holy God, get your homeless fucking garbage problem solved. How about you start funding your social safety net that you so badly want? You'll give health care to millions of illegal immigrants, but you can't deal with the own problem in your own backyard of drugs, fucking guns, homeless people running rampant, assaulting people. What the fix your shit, California. Literally fix your shit. There's so much garbage here.
so is the garbage somehow affecting your internet? Like, is there just like a bunch of homeless people around your truck throwing garbage all around and it's disrupting the signals? Is that what's
Yep.
going on? I don't. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Homeless and garbage apparently affect internet signals. So beware where you park. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you everybody for clicking on this button and watching what we are talking about today and sitting and listening to some of the craziness that we got going on in the world today. Everything that we talk about will be listed in the description box below so you can follow along or check it out later and form your own opinions. All right. Let's get into this shit.
Oh boy. So I'm tempted to start a new segment called like what a piece of shit, or you're a piece of shit, or your double standard is showing, or
Oh, that sounded lame.
cover up your double standard is going.
No, that's lame. I like that you're a piece of shit.
So we're going to talk about Krista Freeland, and I know there's a bunch of reasons why she's a piece of shit, but we're going to talk about one particular reason in particular that's particularly bothering me with the particular stance that she's taken here.
Hold on, we just turned this podcast into a drinking game. Every time he says particular, take a drink.
And we're going to touch we'll touch on Justin Trudeau, how he actively didn't want to try and work with the Freedom Convoy, how he actively worked to create a crisis in order for a response. And we have more information coming directly from the man himself, not Justin Trudeau. I mean an actual man, not a man.
A beta, you mean?
From yeah. Beta cook. From Keith Wilson. Keith Wilson, that badass fucking lawyer for Tamara Litch, who's been sound effects and all. He's been
he's been rocking it. He's been doing what? Like I'm a little concerned about these noises here.
Oh, well, we'll talk about that. But and also, so the FBI that raided Trump's house, for some reason they took his passports and then denied it.
Oh my God. You know what's funny?
So
I was expecting something like this to happen as soon as I heard that they would not allow his lawyers to walk around with them. I'm like, something sketchy is about to happen. 100%.
Oh yeah. So we're going to talk about that and the rhetoric that is coming out of this. So we'll talk about the calls for execution, all this psychosis. North America, where the U.S. is breaking, and so we'll touch on that, and anything else that we happen to come across or anything. But of course, we are here Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. We're on Rumble, typically 8 p.m. Except women and all. If they're not on time, they're never on time. So you know how it is. We're on YouTube, we're on Rumble, we're on Spotify. So come check us out. We're here. We're hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, touch it, give it a nice squeeze. Give it a I don't know. Ew.
You said
right,
squeeze, and I was like, "Oh, whichever squeeze you want to do, you know."
We're not like that Eli Ehrlich. Eli Ehrlich. Oh, this is like some trans person that's giving. I don't. Well, apparently they're a person, but in my books they're a piece of shit human being. Oh, look at that, 2 of them. Maybe I should make a segment. We should have a stinger for this. What a piece of shit.
Like it.
Maybe I'll get like you get like the what's that thing called?
Oh my
the
God.
shit demon from Dogma.
Either that, or we can start out like howdy ho, you know, like Mr. Hanky the Christmas poo, and then right after that, I'd be like, what a piece of shit. I like it. New segment coming up, guys.
But no, this chick, trans person, was specifically marketing to children in order to get them their drugs. You know, those old sought after
the puberty blockers and shit.
Trans drugs. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Nice.
There's another piece of shit. Throw them on the fire. And there's articles coming out that some old lady is being attacked in Washington State because a trans person was approaching her trying to invite her to invite.
Internet's fucking up with your talking there too, huh?
Just retarded. But so yeah, so this old lady was approached in a YMCA to this. Obviously, this wasn't. I wasn't really planning on talking about this, but I just happened to see it just before we went live here. And now the fags en masse have come out to. They've come out en masse to. We need to defend him for her or whatever it is. I don't know. Because an old woman said, "How about no?"
You said the naughty word, and you made me spit a little of my drink out there.
So stupid, so dumb. You know what? I'm gonna go up to some random person, and just, hey, you, me, 5 minutes in heaven, let's go. And they go, no, oh, you're a transphobe. What?
Or
you're
homophobe.
You're a cisphobe. Yeah. You're kind of queer. You don't like sucking dick.
Yeah, just for the heck of it. Yeah. I feel like there's so much virtue signaling and stuff like that I could just start throwing around all over the place if I absolutely wanted to. But I'm not a piece of shit, nor am I a special snowflake, so I really don't give a shit.
Okay, let's get into Krista Freeland last week. She the intro, right? Hit it. Let's go. They don't produce anything. They don't do anything. How can we dance when our earth is turning? All right, so let's no, shut up.
Oh.
This is me time. This is sexy time.
Oh,
sexy
God.
Time with Krista Freeland. That strap-on strutting, that Nazi loving, that she's so fugly.
Piece of
she
shit.
Has a body like a pear.
A little bit.
Piece of shit.
And not a good
She
kind
has
of
the
pear.
weirdest shape. Oh, like
that old lady with the big boobs has a nicer body.
What old lady with the big boob? What?
I don't know. In the States. I can't remember what her name is.
But what?
The old, is it in the States? I don't know. We were talking that one day she had like big boobs, and you were like, yeah, if you just take away her face or whatever, she looks pretty hot. And we were looking at her, and I can't remember who it was now.
Oh, Nancy Pelosi?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, all right, let's get into this Krista Freeland thing. So she had she had come out in support of farmers. Farmers. So this,
Oh,
before we even get into, oh god, she looks like she lost a fucking broom somewhere. Like a house is about to fall on her, and you watch her feet just curl up.
yes. She's just missing a good old wart on the nose. And I take,
And
I take offense to the stereotypical witches. However, she definitely looks like something out of Wizard of Oz. Just saying.
right, he's a little
Oh, we should just throw some water on
sound
her.
effects and all.
I'm melting.
All right, so 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 let's kind of nail this thing down a little bit. So farmers in the Netherlands have been protesting about, well, they're going to lose their farms. They're going to lose their ability to produce food in order for them to actually do their job, what they want to do. Okay? In order to reduce nitrogen, you know, the protests that have been going on there, where people have been, well, cops have been shooting at them. And now they're saying, you know what? Screw this. Like at some point, uh, um, I remember hearing a story of like Vladimir Putin. I know. Oh, I know. I'm a Russia sympathizer now. But I heard a story about him where he was saying that when he was younger, him and his friends, they used to chase rats. And, you know, being kids, they would beat them or fucking do whatever stupid shit kids would do to, you know, animals.
That's literally
And
the epitome of a serial killer. But okay.
no, but okay, if you've seen a bug, like when you were a young kid and you seen a bug and you pulled their legs off, like you didn't know what you were doing. You didn't understand that you were actually causing pain to something else. Anyway, shut up. So he was saying that a rat had come into his house. A rat had come into his house and he was kind of terrorizing it. And the thing got pushed into a corner. And he said once it was in the corner, it jumped at him, it lunged at him because now it had nowhere else to go. It was just trying to flee. Now that it was cornered, it had no choice but to go on the attack. Do you get the analogy? Farmers are
Yeah.
put up against a wall. They're in a corner. So, and to end that story, the rat ended up getting out of the house, but it started chasing him to attack him. So this is kind of what you've seen in the Netherlands. They just said, I have nothing. The most dangerous people in the world, anyone will tell you this, is someone that has nothing left to lose.
Yep.
That is the most dangerous person. So you've taken their ability to provide for their family in order for them to earn an income, in order for them to have agency over their own lives. And when they are finally put into a corner and they suddenly bite back, you can't all of a sudden go, well, why are you being like this?
Right.
Well, I'm just taking away your ability to live. Why do you gotta be so mean? Don't no. You can be a poet. Like, well, I don't want to be a poet. I'm good at what I do. Well, but you can open up a restaurant. What? So you can shut it down with monkeypox that's suddenly a fucking pandemic?
Yeah.
When you no longer, and that's the big thing, it's agency. So with that being said, Krista Freeland, the most fantastic person in all of Canada, smart. I can't even. All right, just play the clip. I can't even.
You know, I think Hans Peter said at the end of his remarks that time as a politician is never easy. I appreciate that consideration, Hans Peter, but as we were discussing, I grew up on a farm, and there are no people in the world who work harder than farmers. And so I'm so happy to be here on a farm, on a vineyard, to learn about the wonderful.
So she says she grew up on a farm. Was it maybe a farm where, let's say, a type of person, you know, maybe a stereotypical, kind of have a lot of in their in their speech. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
huh? A little.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I bet that's not the kind of farm you wanna. I don't think you want to boast that you grew up on a farm that specializes in. You know.
Oh my God. Let's continue.
Work that is being done here every day. And I got a little bit of a lesson in running a vineyard. I learned a little bit about what you do with the vines and stuff. I'd like to spend a little more time seeing how you run your tractors.
Oh, she likes to,
So that
she's
was
got to see how they
wonderful.
use their
And no,
vines.
really,
Okay.
I'm very interested. It was great and just great to be here.
And how to use your tractors? Are they on renewable energy? Are they better renewable on solar power? So
No, I can't
What?
even. I'm literally sitting here listening to her talk about how there are no people who work harder than farmers, and I grew up this and blah blah blah. Now, before anybody starts freaking out,
You smell that?
Bullshit. I'm gonna agree
Oh,
that
stink.
there are no harder worker than farmers. Like, farmers are extremely hardworking. They are up literally before it's light. They don't stop working until it gets dark. But the thing is that she can sit there and stand there and unite with the farmers over there. But then equally hardworking truckers who came
Oh, no.
peacefully,
So,
then it's
no. Okay, so this isn't the point that I'm trying to make.
oh, it's my
So
point.
she's going, farmers work hard. You work so hard. You work so unbelievably hard. The work you do here, I don't know why this is not popping up. Here we go. So we have this article. We have this article from the Financial Post where they are literally saying, we have people from the Canadian Federation of Independent Business are saying, yo, you're hammering our businesses. You are hammering our abilities in order to actually produce stuff, to produce the goods that you directly rely on, food. So the Agriculture Canada has maintained that reducing nitrogen oxide emissions associated with blah, 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 while the government of Canada's objective is to set a national target to reduce emissions, primary method to achieve this is not to establish a mandatory reduction in fertilizer use. So on one hand, it's not that she's saying this. You know what? I'm sure at some point she thinks she believes it. She walks the walk, but she definitely isn't genuine with her statement. But what do you see? On one hand, she's saying farmers work hard. They do so much work. They're the hardest workers here. And then literally as she's saying that, she's going, well, we're going to destroy your ability to produce food. Well, I wish I knew how those tractors work better. They better be on solar. That's what I need. They better be Tesla. Oh wait, no, not Tesla, because Tesla doesn't exist. How about the
Oh,
big
is Tesla
three?
like Taiwan
GM?
now? They don't exist.
Well, according to all these places, they're giving awards and shit out to not Tesla for sparking the electric vehicle revolution, so to speak. And they go, what's Tesla? Oh, but we'll sign a deal with GMs so that they can produce batteries in Canada. Right. The same GM that hasn't been able to produce a good vehicle in about 40 years. 50? Let's say 50 years. 60? Let's say 60 years. They've been on a consistent slide down. But so on one hand, she's saying, farmers, you work so hard. And on the other hand is a knife to stab them in the back. You're going to work harder. You work so hard, we're going to make you work even harder. Great job. Great job. All right. So let's shift gears a little bit here. So I had wrote down a little statement that this is actually a comment that came from Matt Taibbi. It's my own thought, but he summed it up so freaking well. What do you see in the media a lot? You know, when the big focus was on Trump, or when you see on the Freedom Convoy or the so-called shut up.
Triggered.
What did you see? You've seen a lot of people giving opinions,
Yeah.
giving conjecture, and experts talking about what was said.
Mhm.
What did they not show you?
The truth.
What was actually said?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think the way Matt Taibbi had put it was, they will get close to that line, because it's almost like they're afraid that they might radicalize someone. Or maybe, I think a better way to say it is, if we showed them what really was said, it would blow our credibility. I don't know how you get lower than 0. You do a pretty good freaking job, mainstream media, of being at the ground floor, being a pretty good snake. And then for you to go lower, I mean, I guess there is a thing in, never mind. But that is one thing. You see the Russiagate hoax, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, Russia or Trump and Russia, they're working together, and Russia or Trump's a Putin apologist and all this crap. And you're going, if that's true, then then give me the dope. Tell me why. But you don't see them actually talk about it. The Charleston thing, the very fine people thing. Well, when you actually, I have his whole speech, his whole quote, because I'm going, where did he say there's very fine people on both sides? How they portrayed it. Even though he said, oh, and KKK and KKK members, I condemn them outright. But I'm sure there's very fine people on both sides. Or I unequivocally denounce KKK and extremist groups. Something to that effect. I'm sorry, it's been a hot minute since I've looked at it. But they won't show you what's actually being said. So the reason I bring this up, so we have these email exchanges that were done between Jim Watson that's the Ottawa City Mayor, and the Freedom Convoy organizers, Tamara Lich, Keith Wilson, the people that were actually a part of it. And so they had struck a deal. They struck a deal in order to make sure that the trucks were centralized around Parliament, that there were access for vehicles, that they would not try to, Jim had even said at one point in the emails, and like I said, anything we do talk about will be listed in the description. So, go look at it for yourself. Anything that we can, it will be there. But he even said that we will work together in order for this to happen. Here are some conditions, and they were all met. They were all agreed to. So you have 3 letters. There were 3 letters between them. So he's like, so he says in this email, remove all trucks from residential districts south of Wellington Street and from all other residential areas, including the market, the Ottawa Baseball Stadium on Coventry, etc. Agree not to backfill the residential areas currently occupied with trucks, other vehicles, and or demonstrators, and agree not to place the truck convoy, vehicles, and or demonstrators to other residential areas in the city. Those are some of the conditions.
Okay.
And she agreed with them. They agreed, okay. The truckers here in Ottawa have always been about peaceful protest. This is an exchange between them two. This is from Tamara. Or I guess it would be, from Tamara.
From
I don't know
Tamara.
if Keith Wilson wrote this. I'm sure he had a hand in it. Many of the citizens and businesses in Ottawa have been cheering us on, but you are also disturbing others. That is from her. That was never our intent. The Freedom Convoy Board agree with your request to reduce pressure on the residential and businesses in the city of Ottawa. We have made plans to consolidate our protest efforts around Parliament Hill. We will be working hard over the next 24 hours, yada, yada, yada. They struck a deal. What happened?
Well, yeah, she sounds pretty accommodating. Like they're saying, like, hey, we don't like this. This needs to change. And she's saying, you know what, I agree. Like I'm not a fan of this either. So the next 24 hours, we're gonna get on it and change the shit. That sounds pretty accommodating to me. Doesn't sound very terroristy.
No. I'm sorry, Mr. Jugmeat, but doesn't sound like they're saying, "Hey, we're gonna take over." No, Rage Against the Machine style. Fuck you! I won't do what you tell me. Like, no, absolutely, yeah, we'll comply with that. We're just here to protest. We're not here to overthrow the government. I think that seems kind of reasonable.
I think so too.
But what was the response to this? Send in the cops. Send in the feds. Line them up. Start smashing windows. Start having provocateurs out there. Start creating things. And if you think that this is some type of conspiracy theory, you're more than welcome. Go look at the footage. There are hundreds of hours of footage.
Yeah.
Of people protesting. Hundreds of hours. Viva Fried. I remember Ottawa was down there. They were filming the whole thing. And so doesn't that look? That is a very different contrast than the response that the government gave. And in fact, there was another one with Tamara had a printout. They had 400 pages printed out that all protesters, all Freedom Convoy protesters, they were given this paper. This is what we are doing. If you do not agree with it, you are on your own.
Wow. Well, I mean, you even see what's written in here. She was saying, as stated in your letter, we look forward to working with authorities to ensure a safe movement of our trucks to new locations. Please reach out if you should have any questions. We look forward to meeting with you to discuss any issues raised by truckers. Like, she's literally saying, like, anything you have an issue with, please reach out and we will rectify. Like that's really not a sign of somebody who is a terrorist and just wanting to overthrow the government. No, they're there just to do a simple protest, and they were being extremely accommodating. And it's really sad that it ended up the way that it did, and things were twisted in the way that it was. That's really sad.
Well, it's the idea of, again, the media will not show you what they're actually saying. They'll talk about it on the periphery. They'll have experts come in. They'll have terrorism experts. They'll have protesting experts. They have everything else around it, but not the actual. Here's the statement. Here's the statement. This is what the Freedom Convoy is protesting. No, they just said they're stopping vaccine mandates.
Or like they were saying in the beginning that they were just protesting bad roads. Right.
Yeah, bad roads. Yeah. When you can't, how should this be said? Sorry, I'm too dumb to think of witty shit off the dome piece. But like, if you can't obfuscate, discredit. If you can't discredit, minimalize. Once you can't minimalize it, demonize it.
Yeah.
And that's more or less what they did. They couldn't.
To be fair, that's literally all the media and the government has been doing for the past, I want to say, well, it's been over 2 years now, is literally demonizing and pitting people against people. That's all that they have been doing. Is it doesn't matter what side you're on, what they're talking about, they're always demonizing another side of it.
What are some of the telltale signs that you're in an abusive relationship?
Oh, there's so many.
What would it be? Isolation, right? That's one.
Yep. Remove you.
Isolation from friends and family.
Yep.
What would another one be?
Giving certain give you back little bits of freedoms or whatever, you get that little bit of a reward to, oh, you're being such
Mhm.
a good little slave. Here you go. Give you a little bit of a
Yeah.
reward. Oh, thank you, master.
Oh, controlling of money and time.
Yeah.
That is what an abusive person will do. They will hoard the money and say, if you're good, you'll get money back.
Mhm.
I know there's a bunch more, but what? Oh, what?
That smile
The
though.
fuck? What? Holy! But so again, the Canadian government came out and said we worked with local authorities, and the police said that they couldn't handle this. What the fuck is this? What is this, Mark Mendocino? What is this? This is literally them saying, hey, yeah, you know what? We're going to work with the authorities. And in fact, I know a lot of articles have been coming out and saying there was a opportunity for a breakthrough, that they were actually going to be able to work together to come to some type of agreement. And what happened in response? Again, what happened as a response?
An attack.
Get the jackets out and spy planes. The Canadian military was out there.
It's funny from all of the talk about how violent things were and all these horrible things that those protesters were doing. I haven't seen one video. They had
No,
spy planes. They literally had people who were videotaping around the clock. Yet
I
nothing.
I don't think you understand the gravity of what you just said. They had the Canadian military doing operations on Canadian citizens. They
That's fucked up.
weaponized the military against its own people.
Well, I mean, honestly, yeah, that's completely fucked up. And the thing is, I mean, what they enacted the Emergency Act too. That was another way that they put military and police and stuff like that against their own citizens, the way that they were doing it. And when you actually see stuff like this, like literally they were working with authorities and there was no discrepancies, nothing. It was, yeah, I agree. This was not right. Let's fix this. If you have any other issues, please reach out. And the way that they spun everything and the way that they continue to spin everything is just, it's mind boggling and it's so disheartening. And I can't even, I can't.
And Justin Trudeau had even said, oh, the Canadian Air Force was doing training missions that just happened to coincide with this exact time. And you heard the
Right.
conservatives just go, fuck that.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
100%.
But do you hear how crazy that is? They had the Canadian military go and fight, regardless of how you want to look at it, using military resources on civilians. Those big, bad, evil truckers. And I think, well, I know even Viva Fry was saying that when he was down there, trust me, there was no issue. Trust him. There was no issue with emergency vehicles getting down because they would blow through there. It's like they're doing 50, 60 kilometers. They're just flying through those areas because
And they
they had a
could.
lane dedicated.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Is
Oh,
I remember hearing about that, like back when it had first started, that they said that they were leaving one lane open for emergency traffic and also
yeah.
for other traffic to get past. And everybody, they were like, they're blocking the roads, they're doing this and they're doing that. That's funny because literally I've been hearing nonstop that they have a lane open dedicated to people being able to move by. And there were people who, yes, you had people who lived in Ottawa that were complaining about the honking and stuff like that. But then you had other people that were like, no, I could get around just fine.
Oh, they could get around fine. And then once that court order was out to say, hey, stop the fucking honking. Okay, that was done.
Yeah, they did.
Like,
Whoa, I know. They actually listened, and there still was a massive issue about it. And it's still, no, we need to attack these people. They're complying too much. They're making us look bad. We're trying to make this spin that they are misogynists and racists and this and terrorists and this and that. But they're complying. Shit. We need to do something here.
It's a little rich. It's a little rich for someone to say that those were terrorists when Jagmeet, Mr. Singh, Mr. NDP, Mr. Man of the Worker can't go back to his country of origin because he's a terrorist. He would literally be charged with terrorism in the country that which he was born.
That's convenient.
A little bit. He's like, no, these people, the white people, the trans exclusionary, the TERFs. It's all the TERFs. The TERFs.
Listen here, sir. Pot or kettle? Pick one. Oh my God.
Well, if it was Justin Trudeau, he'd probably, that there's, like how we have, like in the States, like we try and shoot our president in Canada, we pie our prime ministers.
Did you say they try to shoot their presidents?
Yeah.
Okay, just sounded really bad. Okay, yes, and we pie the prime ministers. Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah. You think Justin Trudeau had like a shoe polish pie like thrown at his face?
No, because that would be too convenient. I didn't paint blackface. It was in a pie. It was thrown in my face. How did it get on your arms and everywhere else, sir? Just it all over me. Well, there was a lot of pie.
Duck shoe polish. Shoe polish is what? Oh, fuck. Blackface again.
No. Really quickly rubbing it all over.
Just someone. I hope someone doesn't have powdered sugar. Oops.
Oh my God.
Man, look at those big white lips on my face. You Canadian.
See, then he could walk around with that baby powder and just, get it on his hand and start bitch slapping some hoes too while he's at it.
Oh no, he probably would have put like a little bit of baby powder like on his nose.
Nice.
Anyways.
Anywho.
But so the inquiry for this is supposed to start happening in March because we're going to be truthful and transparent. Even though you literally hid information, you obfuscated information, completely lied.
Now we're supposed to all of a
real
sudden
transparent.
Magically believe your alleged transparency. Right. I could see better through a fucking mudded up window.
Yeah. It's just yeah. Let's wait 8 months for an inquiry to happen while people have been calling for an inquiry. Well, I gotta go to Costa Rica. Like, I worked so hard. I know I gotta go. If I'm not meeting with business dealings and sucking my WEF friends off, what you expecting me to actually prime minister?
Well, no, he'll just fly across country or whatever to talk about gas prices and all this other jazz, and then he'll take the private jet to go do grocery shopping and then go home and maybe take the kids back and forth to school,
How much you want to bet he was on Jeffrey Epstein's plane?
To be honest, I would not be surprised. I can I don't know. I could see him. I'm not even going to say what I'm visualizing in my head because it'll cause some nightmares. Yeah.
Of course. So I just did want to say, which one should it be? Feed me? The I need some more? I'm not fat. I'm big boned. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. I'm here. I'm queer.
Lisa, I want some more.
I really hope. Okay, so I'm just gonna say like I had mentioned in the beginning of our podcast, there's something funky going on with all this, the shit and our connections and stuff. I'm really hoping y'all heard that. If you couldn't hear the audio, let me know. Really sorry about that. It'll be fixed for the next one. But here's hoping you could, because that more is something else.
More?
Please, sir, give me some more. Yeah.
All right, I think that sums up everything pretty well. That they didn't want a peaceful resolution to this.
No, they
They
didn't.
needed the
Drama.
rhetoric. They
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
needed to create the crisis again. This is 3 different crises that he's exploited in order to fundamentally change how Canada functions as a democracy. Fundamentally changed it.
I know.
With
Fidel
the
is all about, whoops.
He ain't wrong. So he weaponized the COVID against its citizens. He weaponized a mass shooting against its citizens, and then he weaponized protest against its citizens. And I'll say this: anyone, if you actually think, I see people that comment on Twitter and that cesspool that it is. Well, I haven't lost any of my rights. Oh, I get to exercise my rights every single day. I don't know
Oh,
what these freedom truckers are complaining about.
emphasize the dumb. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean? Like you literally watched protesters getting attacked. And I'll say attacked when you were already told on one end, yeah, you know what, we're working with the police. And then what were you told by the government? Oh, they weren't working with police. The police didn't have the ability in order to deal with it, even though they were already dealing with it. You were told
Yep.
time and time again. So it's a real weird position. Real weird position for someone to say, well, yeah, I didn't lose any of my rights. Okay. Were you able to leave your home? Well, yeah, kind of. Oh, okay. So then, yeah, you didn't lose your rights. Oh, were you allowed to go to work? Well, no, but the government paid for. Okay, so then you weren't allowed to pursue uh, your own liberties, right? Oh, were you allowed to leave Canada? Well, no. Were you allowed to travel within your country? Well, no. Okay, so then what rights did you keep? It seems like the fundamental ones were kind of just chucked to the wayside.
Hold on. I know one. Freedom of speech. Oh, shit. Canada doesn't have freedom of speech. And
No.
we got
Freedom of protest.
demonetized for anything we would say that was against the government. Shit. That's right. Damn it.
Oh, what was that Bill C-18, Bill C-11, where they're literally censoring online speech and the ability for people to protest? The government has the final say in what actually you get to say online? I didn't lose any of my rights. Right.
Nope. Not
Right.
at all.
Well, what about freedom of religion? Well, I'm not interested in having those discussions. That's what Justin Trudeau literally said. I am not interested in that constitutional argument.
So what you're trying to say is you have no genuine answers for the truth that people are asking you, or the truthful questions people are asking you, because you've been too busy trying to spin this other narrative. Got it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into this Donald Trump stuff. This is terrifying. This is really terrifying. So, okay, so if you don't know, where have you been? First off. Second, you might want to stay under that rock.
Yeah,
I'll be a lot happier under.
right. Don't come up for air, please.
So in this latest one, Trump claims the FBI stole his passports during a Mar-a-Lago raid. This is from the New York Post. Former President Trump said Monday that the FBI agents stole his passports last week when they raided his residence at Mar-a-Lago. And yeah, he says, wow, in the raid, the FBI of Mar-a-Lago, they stole my 3 passports. One expired along with everything else. This is an assault on a political opponent at a level never seen before in our country, third world. The 45th president added, FBI agents searched Trump's residence within his blah, 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 connection to records, the records that were removed from the White House when Trump left office in January of 2021. Documents unsealed Friday said the Justice Department is investigating whether Trump broke 3 laws pertaining to official records, including the Espionage Act of 1917. He is the president. I hate to tell you guys, he can literally, well, because it was the National Archive. The National Archive, that's what the FBI went through in order to try and secure this stuff. So you see a lot of this narrative that, well, he took nuclear documents. He's giving nuclear secrets to Russia.
Oh my God,
What
they're
do you-
still on that shit about him in Russia, really? Especially when you have all this evidence about freaking the big guy Peter and his son. Okay.
Yeah. But you've seen. So okay, so I'll continue on this because there's a lot with this. So it's unclear what exactly prompted the unusual FBI operation. It's unusual, and it's unclear.
No kidding.
New York Post. What do you mean? This has been a normal thing. This has been a weaponization. This has been an attack. They're trying to do everything in order to stop him from running. They're coming up with charges that no one has ever been charged with ever. They're coming up into they've gone over and over, tried to stop him from running. So a Washington Post report suggested that the raid may have been spurred by concerns that a nuclear related or concerns about nuclear related. Jesus Christ. But Trump denied it Friday, saying in a statement, nuclear weapons is a hoax, just like Russia. Russia was a hoax.
Okay, what? Okay, hold on. How is nuclear weapons and Russia a hoax? What is the hoax?
Well, because the Russia hoax was. Well, what do you mean? The Russia hoax is that he's secretly working with Putin. There was a whole thing about the P tapes that somehow even Bill Maher brought it up. Well, I know Bill Maher brought it up as a joke, but that Donald Trump had hookers pee on him.
Okay, so that's when I said the triple Russia hoax. Okay, but what about the nuclear weapons is a hoax? What does he mean by that statement? Because there are things.
So
there are nuclear weapons.
No, but they're saying that he took nuclear information, and it's okay. So I'll just say, with the news is reporting that he has nuclear weapons documents, and he's looking at selling them off because apparently he's poor. He has no money.
Really, Donald Trump has no money? Did you not see the size of that Mar-a-Lago freaking house that he lives in? It's like bigger than the White House, but okay. Homeboy's poor.
Like, yeah. It's a lot of accusing your opponent and well, it's confession through projection. Accuse your opponent of what you are doing. And you've seen that. Like, if anyone was paying attention, you've seen what they were doing for years with him. Oh, Donald Trump's going to pack the Supreme Court. Well, he didn't pack the Supreme Court. Well, what did the Democrats want to do? Well, we got to pack the Supreme Court to reinstate Roe v. Wade. Mm-hmm. We need to abolish the filibuster. Trump's trying to abolish the filibuster. He's going after political opponents. He's trying to jail them. He's trying to do all of this stuff. And what? Oh, he's working with Ukraine. Okay. Old man Joe. Your son literally worked on a gas company that was being investigated for corruption. So it's a lot of accuse your opponent of what you are doing. Because then it becomes, no, you're doing that. No, you're doing that. No, it becomes that. And then, okay, well, both of you look like fucking idiots. So
yeah.
But so they're saying that's the thing now. Okay, so if this was such a big thing that he ran out with these documents, okay, 15 boxes worth of documents supposedly. Okay, why was the FBI there and securing the room by which these papers were in? Like, would
I
they
don't
not have
know.
just put them there? Like, hey, Mr. Prez, you can't have these papers here. They're classified documents, and he can go, hey, listen here, they're unclassified. How about that? Because I'm the fucking president. I get to decide if he could take like a stack of papers about UFOs and go, those are JFK unclassified now.
Yeah.
Where are those papers about you guys shooting and killing JFK? Unclassified now.
Well, see, yeah, that's exactly the thing too. Like when they showed up there in the spring or whatever, and they had those 15 boxes or whatever, they're literally saying, okay, these need to be kept more secure. It wasn't, you're not allowed to have these. We're taking these away from you. It's, they need to be kept more secure. So, okay. So now they're kept more secure. Things are locked. It was a lock that I think was even supplied by them. And then they come back in, and what did they do? They literally end up breaking into his safes, this and that. They won't let his lawyers walk around with him. Now, to me, that is the biggest sketch part, because if you're doing things by the book, why won't you let the lawyers walk around with you?
Well, and the other part is they wouldn't even give a copy of the warrant to his lawyers.
Yeah.
Him and his lawyers were, well, he was in New York at the time, but his lawyers were there, and they said you can't enter. You're not
Yeah.
allowed to go in. Well, why not? Like, what do you mean? So again, the FBI went there and secured this room themselves. Or at the very least, they told Secret Service, hey, we got to throw another padlock on this thing. We gotta make sure that no one can sneak in here. It's not like he was using the fucking as a coaster. It's not like he was playing Parcheesi or Pictionary. Like, hey, check out what I have. Try and redraw the nuclear bombs.
Hey guys, let's play
But
charades.
one thing,
Guess which thing this is?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Look, and I took the paper and said, give him the bomb.
Ooh, look at me. I'm wearing white dress and it's flowing everywhere. Who am I? Poor Marilyn.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh.
But so they went and secured this room, and okay, again, reasonable thought. Maybe they had to go, yo, what the hell? Why does he have all these papers? Okay, well, he's the president first off, and then of course you've seen Hitlery come out and go, but my emails, you literally destroyed public record, which is a federal offense.
Yeah, how many
You
emails
get
did you destroy?
but 30,000. 30,000.
Exactly.
Smashed phones. She smashed phones. She destroyed hard drives, wiped them clean. And remember what they were saying then. Like this shows the psychotic area that this media conglomerate, that there was a fact check because Trump said, "Oh, she acid washed them," and the fact check was, did Hillary Clinton use a corrosive substance on her hard drives?
Oh, jeez.
That's
what was fact
false.
check. Not if she actually destroyed them, but if she used
or wiped them.
corrosive, whatever on the corrosive chemicals. Not. Oh, okay. And that's funny too, because of all the records that Trump has that people were complaining about and stuff like that, he didn't destroy any of them. The first time he let them come right on in and do what they had to do. This time they had to be all sketchy and sneaky about it, right? They had to go in when he wasn't even there, wouldn't let the lawyers follow them around. Like, it's like, well, the first time they tried, well, shit, we didn't get anything on him. Okay, well, we need to do something here. Like, it seems to me It seems like they are trying absolutely everything that they can. They are pulling out as many Hail Marys as they possibly can to try to get him not to run again because they're scared.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And the backlash that this had, the backlash. Because now people are calling for, you know, defund or demolish the FBI, demolish the Fed,
Do
get
it.
rid of it.
Well, I know even listening
Like
to
it's
even listening to Steven Crowder, like he was saying, like if they don't, whoever is running for president, if they or anybody who isn't for the defunding of the FBI and stuff like that and doing like a big clean house and stuff like that, he's not voting for them. He doesn't care who they are. If they don't think that needs some major improvement, he's not voting. And I don't think he's wrong.
Do you think that now that Trump's in there and he sees like, okay, this is what I'm dealing with, you think if he gets back in there, he's not gonna go nuclear on that place, that he's gonna start telling, I think even on his last and his platform, he was saying like basically he's gonna clear house for all major agencies.
Yeah.
They're all gonna get restructured and they're all gonna get shut down.
Well, and
A
as
lot
they
of them.
should.
Oh.
Like it's like there's so much corruption in so many different areas, and the thing is, like, whether you like Trump or not, how can you possibly disagree with that? How can you not at least see eye to eye on the fact of how much corruption there is in all these different areas? And he's at least trying to clean that out. Like you think you'd at least be for that part, like regardless what you think of Trump or not. Like that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. No matter what side you're on.
Yeah. One side is asking for more government. The other side is saying less government. Why? And suddenly freedom has become a right wing position. What?
Right?
Being pro freedom is a right wing talking point.
As far as
But,
I
okay,
remember, as far as I remember, I thought the liberal side, left side was more get the government out of everything, fuck the government, we should be doing things this way, da 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 da. How did all of a sudden that become the we're gonna bend over and kiss their ass, and the right side became let's get the government out? When did that switch?
I don't know if it's like I understand it. I understand that position, but I don't know if it's, with the idea of like I didn't leave the left left me.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it's the idea that at one point you kind of realize that what is going on this side, it's not making sense.
No, I think that there are 4 different sides. I think you have the right, the middle, the left, and the upside down. Yeah,
probably. All right. Okay. So let's continue. Let's continue with this. So if you were looking at like the judge that signed off on this, so from the New York Post, the judge that signed off on this, listen to this. Does this make sense to you? He was originally the prosecutor. He was working with the prosecutors to convict Epstein. Okay. He was on the convicting side. And then he goes, well, you know what? He deserves to be a defending lawyer. He defended Epstein's clients or Epstein's staff. Do you not see something weird going on there? And he had to recuse himself from working on a case involving Hitler. Do you like just that alone? Doesn't that sound weird?
no,
And for anyone that doesn't
not
know,
at
when you
all.
go for a warrant, like when you go to get a warrant, you have to give why you're going, what you're searching, and what you're doing specifically, and then a judge has to sign off on it. They were going through drawers. It was a fishing expedition. Everyone's calling it is a fishing expedition. Just grab what you can, and we'll charge him with whatever we can come up with later.
Yeah, whatever we can find.
I think there's
100%.
an old expression. there's an old expression that goes, "Show me a man and I'll show you a crime." So if
I've heard that.
point at someone and, well, if you could get enough information, I'm sure people have committed crimes, but it's the weaponization of this type of stuff.
I'm sure 99.9% of people out there have committed a crime in some sort of way. Now, the thing is, we're not talking a very big crime. It could be something little, small. It could be accidentally or taking a chocolate bar from a store. It could be anything. But I can guarantee you 99.9% of people out there have committed a crime. So, yeah, you point at anybody, you want to dig deep enough, you're going to find something.
Yeah, and okay, and so looking at this, so this was from Politico. So President Trump's Florida residence once drew scrutiny for. So this is the okay. I'll just read the whole thing. So the federal magistrate judge who signed off on the warrant that allowed federal agents to search former President Donald Trump's Florida residence once drew scrutiny for switching from his job as a federal prosecutor to work as a defense attorney on behalf of individuals connected to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Don't talk about the fact that Bill Clinton went on the Lolita Express where he dismissed. Don't talk about Bill Clinton going on there. Don't talk about that type of stuff. Remember, Ghislaine Maxwell was the only person convicted of sex trafficking to no one. She's the only person in history to be convicted of sex trafficking to no one because the client list was removed.
Yeah.
So
go figure. I don't even know how that's possible. Now that to me, the whole Amber Johnny thing, I don't think Amber has a leg to stand on for an appeal. And if she does, fucking girl needs to just like wake the hell up. But
no, she'll just shit on the bed.
This to me sounds like something you can go for an appeal for. You're getting literally charged for something and you got nothing. Well, Epstein's dead, so we gotta nail someone to the coffin.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, so we can continue with this. So remember with the FBI, remember the Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping plot? You remember that?
Yeah.
Well, this was back in April 8th that no one is aware of. No one is paying attention to this. As a U.S. federal jury has acquitted 2 men accused of plotting to kidnap Michigan's governor and other defendants. They acquitted 2 men. One of the main people. So listen to this. This is how pure and genuine the FBI is. There were more informants and FBI agents working to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer than people that were actually in this group. You remember hearing about that? And the guy that they were trying to honeypot, one of the informants was sleeping with the fucking guy. Like, and now
it's
you
not
have
compromised at all.
This is what. No. It was like they were setting him up, and we have this little tweet from this Emily bitch, whatever the fuck her name. I don't give it. Trump took important documents to do with nuclear weapons back to his Gulf lair, so he could give them to Putin.
His Gulf lair
sounds about right.
Hold on, his Gulf lair.
Mar-a-Lago is a golf resort.
Okay, but really, Gulf lair? What is he like? Some villain in a movie? What the hell?
Yeah.
In his secret lair.
He is the worst person in history. And it's weird because I'm pretty sure like 99% of people on Twitter are bots because they just say the same thing over and over again. But with this Whitmer thing, so this guy, he was with a girl that was an informant. The girl was an informant. Okay. She worked with the FBI, or either worked with or worked for. They shared a hotel room. They shared a bed together. They
Scandalous.
were listen to how psychotic this is. The FBI was setting up kidnapping drills, was buying equipment for them. The FBI. You know what entrapment is?
Setting up kidnapping drills?
Yes, they were buying equipment. They were The FBI was trying to set these people up. They were 100% am convinced that they were going to say, these are Trump, Trumpians, these are right-wing extremists. Look at the good job we did. It was FBI informants that were pushing this. This is what you call entrapment, which is illegal. You cannot coerce someone to do something that they normally would not have done. There was that famous story of an undercover cop, smoking hot undercover cop, that went into a high school, met with a guy that's never done drugs, never did drugs, and she convinced him to buy weed and sell it to her. Then they charged him.
Yeah, I remember
and
that
said,
story.
Look at the good job we're doing. Like, what? And now you have this came out late last week. What?
No, I was just going to say, yeah, look at the good job we're doing. We can totally change people from being a good little boy into doing bad things, and then we get to charge them. So technically, I mean, somebody else could have persuaded him too. So we were just getting the potential criminal off the street before somebody else actually did the persuasion. We did it for him. Yeah, yes.
So, think of it, and I've brought this up many times before. It's like mission creep. It's when you now need to justify your job. Well, instead of just maintaining it, making sure that this is done, I need to justify what I'm doing. That's the same type of stuff. The same stuff. Why would the FBI go to his house and secure it? And I did want to say, how many times do you hear bombshell documents? These, this thing is nuclear. You hear that type of rhetoric. Well, so then what? Am I supposed to now take? Am I now supposed to take when news says, "Oh, this is a bombshell testimony"? So you're telling me the guy had a bomb?
Yeah.
At what point am I supposed to differentiate? Because if I'm being accused of it, it's technicalities. Well, she technically didn't wash it. She didn't wash her servers with a corrosive substance. But I don't know where, I don't know how, I don't know what, but there is a tape of Russian prostitutes pissing on Donald Trump. So I'm supposed to take, that's the position that I'm supposed to take here. And then you have the ex-CIA chief, Michael Hayden, implying that Trump should be executed. So this is from Yahoo News. So Hayden responds to a tweet on Thursday by presidential historian Michael Beschloss, who noted that Julius and Ethel Rosenberg, Americans who were convicted of spying on behalf of the Soviet Union, were convicted of giving U.S. nuclear secrets to Moscow and were executed in June 1953. To which he responded, "Sounds about right." So
really?
Even
really
more. So law enforcement raiding a former president's residence is unprecedented, committee Republicans are concerned, so that the National Archive would utilize the FBI to gather documents that the president, by the very nature of its constitutional role, could declassify himself if this was indeed the case, as the media has reported. So he, like I said, he can go up to any stack of papers and go declassified. So that made me start to think, really made me start to wonder about, okay, so what about this? What about Gretchen Whitmer? When she was on a live stream, she had 8645. What does 86 mean? Get rid of it. Kill it.
I was just going to say 86. Yeah, you're going to 86 them. Yeah, okay. Get rid of them. Yeah.
8 miles, or what is it? 8 miles out, 6 feet down.
Oh, is that stands for? That makes so much more sense, actually, though.
But to kill, to get rid of.
Yeah.
And people were going, "Oh, that's hyperbole. You're just making that up." What do you mean? And literally, it said, if we went 8646, you guys would be going, "Look, this is a dog whistle." You say everything's a dog whistle. Protest peacefully as a dog whistle to start World War III.
So what does the 46 stand for?
The 46th president, which would be Joe Biden. 45 was Donald Trump. But Gretchen Whitmer,
Oh,
the
naughty,
big
naughty.
victim, in an FBI plot where the FBI set up and damn near executed their own kidnapping plot. They look into the FBI stuff yourself because there's so much going on with it. I could have posted tons of articles. I could have looked up tons of different stuff with regards to this. And so this made me wonder. I remember hearing about it's a thing called a blue lie. Do you know what a blue lie is?
Uh, my dumbness would say a lie about a cop. I don't know, because you have your lie and then you have a white lie, which is, no, that dress doesn't make you look fat. You look beautiful. There's a white lie, even though you're like, damn, polka dots on that ass. So a blue lie, no, I have no idea.
You're
Oh, you
that
just
there was, I
froze.
believe it was.
Say again.
I said, I think you're a lot closer than you give yourself credit for, because it was actually from a study of, I think it was American Psychology Journal, and it was the idea of, let's say if a police wrongfully arrests someone, well, they will lie on their report in order to make themselves that what I am doing is for the collective good. I did something wrong, but the outcome is for the collective good.
Well, hot damn. I really was damn close there, thinking blue, the cops. Well, shit. I am pretty smart.
But look, think about that with all that we talked about. All of this. Justin Trudeau lying about the freedom convoy, that the police needed their help. Well, in his mind, it was for the collective good. It was good to lie and mislabel because the ends justify the means. I will do something terrible now so I don't have to do something terrible later. That's like the position here. Why are they raiding his home? I am doing something terrible now so that something worse doesn't happen later.
So they think.
So that I don't have to do something. Yeah. The FBI set up a bunch of guys, a bunch of nobody guys, made them national front stage. Why? Because I am going to lie for the collective good. I'm going to raid Donald Trump's home. Jeffrey Epstein, well, we're going to cover it up.
Yeah, how
Think
is
about
that?
all of that.
To me, like, when you think about the dumb shit that they do on a daily basis, like literally the people that they pick and choose to protect and the ones that they go to attack is just mind-boggling to me. Okay, so there's some sick mofo out there who was all about, he had a freaking island of children and all these other gross sex offenders and, sex trafficking and all this other shit, child trafficking. And no, let's protect him.
Mhm.
We got to protect that list because those are the elites and da 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 da. Well, then you have somebody like Trump that what? Think about it. Like, again, even if you hate the guy, okay, you have to see that he is the one person who's trying to, I don't even want to say defund because it's not, but do a complete makeover in certain areas, a big overhaul. And
Well,
how much the people are attacking
sorry.
him because they know that their job is dependent on him coming in. He's going to come in and I'm going to lose my job. I'm not going to be able to watch all my kiddie stuff and all this other stuff. And I'm not going to be able to do this because he's going to bust us all. Like it's one of those things.
But I was just, if you look at it flip this on its head. Put this the other way. And we've brought this up many, many, many times before.
Insert
Yeah,
exorcist
just
head
do like
here.
Yeah.
Upside down.
So if this was done, if it reversed this, and if you raged, okay, if you would be outraged, okay, well then obviously you have some type of bias. If this was done backwards, if Donald Trump suddenly went after Joe Biden, rightfully so, because there's actual evidence of corruption.
Right? Like there's
But-
actual physical evidence of corruption with him and his son. And yet,
Well, so I did want to bring up this little thing from the Daily Dot. So listen to how they spin it. Although it has not been confirmed, several outlets have reported that Reinhardt, the judge that signed off on the warrant, was likely the official who signed the warrant. However, the warrant was presented to the judge by the FBI. No shit, idiot. No shit. That's how it works. You write out what you're doing, and then you go, hey, judge, is this okay? Whichever judge signed it was not behind the decision to raid Mar-a-Lago. Well, no, we know that. We know that. The FBI director came out and said, yeah, that was me. Yeah, I did it 100%. Yeah, I'm the one that approved it. So this is how the left twisted and said that, oh no, it the judge didn't prepare this. No, duh. Like
you need the hair and just like, duh. The way you said that there.
duh.
There you go.
But it's like this could be like we brought up last week. This is crossing the Rubicon. This is literally doing something. This is an act. I would say, and I think it's quite reasonable to say,
I think
this is like an act of war.
I think it is crossing the Rubik's Cube, 100%.
The Rubik's Cube?
Is that what you said?
Yes. Once
All
you
the
cross
colors.
that Rubik's Cube, never go back to Parcheesi. Never go back to Parcheesi.
Yeah.
So
It's donezo.
I think if nothing else, like this how this is developing. So I'm kind of reminded of. So if you think of, say, like the Canadian forces coming in. I think people don't, and I know Tim Pool talks about it a lot. He talks about the Civil War thing. That's, I guess, fucking catchphrase lately is Civil War, Civil War. How does this end?
Yeah.
Because it becomes what would need to be the catalyst, or what would happen? You see, you can have, think of if those airplane pilots, those in the spy plane, was really just training, and it's just a coincidence. Okay, well, what if the government wanted to take over, really instill that communist bend that they so badly want? All it would take is, hey, private, you could have a sergeant or whatever come up to a couple privates and just say, hey, we got to defend. We need you to stand here and stop cars from coming into this area. They go, yeah, you got it, Sarge. No problem. You can count on us. And they just stand there. And then you have cars that stop. You have them stop. No, no, I'm sorry. You can't go. You can't go past here. They won't have any idea what's actually going on behind them. Why they're being what the grand plan is. Because you don't want to have too much. You can't think of what you're doing. You just need enough. Hey, we need you guys to block this bridge. We need you to stop this roadway. And then what? Another group can come in and say, hey, arrest that person because of what they did. So it becomes a real weird, you're kind of complicit in it, but you don't even know what's happening. Well, I was just told to, we had to shut down this bridge. I don't know why. And it's a dangerous precedent to set. I said, you've crossed that Rubicon. You cannot unring the bell that has been rung.
No more Rubik's Cube for you.
But yeah, you cannot cross that Rubik's Cube. No. It's all right. The point. I think let's get the hell out of here.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for taking the time out of your day to come sit with us and listen to some of the craziness going on in the world today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share check us out in all the places listed in the description box below. And you know what? Form your own opinions. If you got something to say it in the comment section below. Otherwise, we out.
That's in the grill.